and deed, both societal and personal. And the other was the daily choice he made. When in doubt, choose love.
Cash's daughter, musician Roseanne Cash, says she wishes she could tell the 8-year-old Cash who worked in the cotton fields about this day.
He might say that he fulfilled the ultimate American dream and even achieved a sort of immortality.
I'm Archie Zaraletta.
America in the Morning for Wednesday, September 25th, 2024 is produced by Jeff McKay. Senior producer Kevin Delaney. I'm John Trout. This is Westwood One.
I'm fascinated about marketing, not about college.
When it comes to your money, whatever you want to get smart about, you can find it at smartaboutmoney.org, a free online resource from the nonprofit National Endowment for Financial Education. Smartaboutmoney.org, the easy place to start when you want to get smart.
My name is Tom Thurber.
And my name is Cindy Thornton. We're retired, and this is how we live united.
We decided to volunteer with United Way at our community free health clinic.
United Way is how we contribute, because we know our time and money are going to the right places.
Judging by the thank yous we get at the clinic, I'd say we're doing the right thing with our retirement, too. We're Tom and Cindy Thornton. We volunteer at our community free health clinic. We don't just wear this shirt.
We live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer. Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and advertising.
You can set reminders, make a grocery list, look up random facts and info in settings, and play your favorite talk show, all with your smart home speaker. News Radio 1440. WLWI-AM is News Radio 1440. Also heard on 95.1 HD3 FM in Montgomery, a Cumulus media station. This is the CBS News World News Roundup, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. A just-released Senate report reveals more failures that allowed a would-be assassin to open fire on former President Donald Trump at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania in July. Correspondent Scott McFarland was there that day.
According to the new report, 27 minutes before the shooting, the Secret Service learned of a suspicious person with a rangefinder near the event. 2 minutes before he opened fire, the Secret Service was warned someone was on the roof, just a few hundred yards from the stage. In 22 seconds before he pulled the trigger, local police sent a radio alert that the man was armed. But Secret Service agents told Senate investigators they were not informed.
The Secret Service says much of that information aligns with their own findings. People who live along Florida's Gulf Coast are prepping for what forecasters say could become a Category 3 Hurricane Helene before it makes landfall tomorrow. Dorothy Richardson's hunkering down with 6 of her grandchildren in Tallahassee.
Got my sandbags, got my coal, got my lighter fluid, got my propane tank.
Forecasters say winds could peak at 120 miles an hour with up to 15-foot storm surge. In Tel Aviv this morning, warning sirens after Hezbollah fired its deepest strike yet. Israel's military said they intercepted the surface-to-surface missile. Reporter Linda Gradstein from Jerusalem.
Hezbollah has, until this one, been very hesitant to use those capabilities, because once Hezbollah starts firing missiles at Tel Aviv, it's most likely that Israel will respond both by heavy bombing of Beirut and perhaps even a ground invasion.
Hezbollah says it was aiming for Israel's intelligence agency headquarters. A man on Missouri's death row has been executed for a 1998 murder after the U.S. Supreme Court rejected his last-minute appeal. The AP's David Lee was a witness.
I could see his chest heaved about half a dozen times. I didn't see any movement after that.
Marcellus Williams was convicted of breaking into Leisha Gale's home and stabbing her 43 times. Prosecutors and her family wanted Williams' sentence commuted to life in prison. Research in the British Journal of Ophthalmology finds kids' eyesight is getting worse. CBS's Vicki Barker.
With children spending more time on screens than they do playing outdoors, cases of myopia or nearsightedness have tripled since 1990, with the pandemic accelerating that trend. About 15% of kids in the U.S. now need glasses to see distant objects clearly.
Governor Newsom signed a bill into law that will let Californians cancel online subscriptions with one click of a mouse. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier, that sounds like something to look into, and that is MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save many families up to $500 a month, and that is huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works too. It's been around for 30 years. Members have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. So see what you can save. This is a very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. Call 877-64-BIBLE. That's 877-64-BIBLE. 877-64-BIBLE.
An expansion project that would have amped up California's drinking supply has gone down the drain.
The cost of raising the height of the Los Vaqueros Reservoir balloons are nearly $1.6 billion, too expensive to justify, says Jennifer Allen with the Contra Costa Water District.
Permitting also significantly reduced the amount of water that would be delivered.
The project would have provided enough H2O for 1.4 million people. But Heather Cooley with the Pacific Institute says there are more cost-effective ways to meet California's growing thirst for water.
We can do more with water conservation and efficiency and with recycled water and even with underground storage.
Matt Bigler for CBS News, San Francisco.
One of this year's hottest Halloween costumes? Online emporium Yandy cashing in on the weight loss injectable craze with an outfit that looks like a shot of one of the most popular anti-flab jabs. Ozempic. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
You know, a lot of times you have to choose between something high quality or something that saves you money. But if you could get both, why not? Especially when it comes to health care, and that is MediShare. You get both. Any family save $500 a month with MediShare, and that's huge. But it's also true that people wind up way more satisfied too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. That's because MediShare works. It has for more than 30 years. It's a community of Christians who have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth. They love the huge PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan happy with, you can call right now and get a price in 2 minutes. Here's the number. Just call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
It's a fact. Guys hate going to the doctor. But when it comes to erectile dysfunction and low testosterone levels, men from all over Montgomery have been thrilled seeing the providers at Montgomery Men's Health. Men all the way up to 95 years old have jump-started their sex drive and energy levels. Lots of men suffer with they're able to enjoy sex.
I need a TV in front of me. That
has changed my life. I
did something about this
with my wife for the first time in 5 years.
corner
She
over
thought
there.
the problem was because of her, but the pills never worked for me. I had given up until I went to the clinic and realized there were more options for erectile dysfunction. Now I'm happy and my wife is happy. A visit for only $99, and that includes all testing, including a PSA and testosterone test. Give the guys at the clinic a call at 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663. Or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
You hear that sound? That's someone spreading an illness in your facility. Don't worry. Janny King, the king of clean, can help. For over 35 years, we've been cleaning and disinfecting office buildings, schools, churches, and even hospitals. Trust us to keep your employees safe, healthy, and at work this cold and flu season. To learn more about how our local cleaning experts can help you, visit JannyKingCleans.com. That's JannyKingCleans.com.
Janny King, the king of clean. Don't miss Sean Hannity.
Biden incoherently adheres.
Live this afternoon at 2 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. At Blindster, we offer custom-made faux wood and real wood blinds and shutters, cellular shades, Roman shades, bamboo shades, exterior shades, and more, all at factory direct prices. Don't pay too much for new blinds. Go to blindster.com.
Miles out to our Wednesday with high temperatures topping out in the mid-80s today. Bit of a breezy wind and the chance for some scattered showers and storms. The few storms on the stronger side tonight will keep the rain around lows near 70. Helene will bring rain and wind primarily to East Alabama on Thursday into Thursday night, lingering through Friday morning. We're trending much drier though by the weekend. And that's your first alert forecast. I'm WSFA meteorologist Nick Gunter on News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, the main issue or headache we've got reported is going to be Troy Highway northbound at Merriweather Road. So please use caution. In fact, they've got the road blocked, Taylor Road at Troy Highway, due to problems from accidents yesterday afternoon. So we've got two issues on Troy Highway, one at Merriweather Road, the other one at Taylor Road. At McKinnon Nissan, you can lease a 2024 Nissan Sentra for just $289 per month. It's worth the drive. McKinnon Nissan, exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
Good morning, I'm Jasmine Williams of WSFA 12 News. Here's what's happening this Wednesday. Helene is now a tropical storm and headed toward the U.S. Gulf Coast. That's why tomorrow is the WSFA First Alert Weather Day. Almost all of Florida and all of Georgia's counties are under a state of emergency right now. We could see strong winds and rain in our area. In Montgomery, Maxwell Air Force Base will serve as a staging area for hurricane first responders, and Garrett Coliseum will serve as a shelter for evacuated horses. Cattle belonging to evacuees will be accepted at the Pike County Cattlemen's Association in Troy. Another nitrogen gas execution is set to go forward on Thursday in Alabama. Alan Miller will be the second person put to death using this new method. Miller is accused of killing 3 of his co-workers back in 1999, not far from Birmingham. I'm Jasmine Williams, and these are your morning headlines.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
You know, a lot of times you have to choose between something high quality or something that saves you money. But if you could get both, why not? Especially when it comes to healthcare, and that is MediShare. You get both. Many families save $500 a month with MediShare, and that's huge. But it's also true that people wind up way more satisfied too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. That's because MediShare works. It has for more than 30 years. It's a community of Christians who have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth. They love the huge PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price in 2 minutes. Here's the number. Just call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and Senior Vice President of Men's Sexual Health at HIMSS. In my 12 years of practice as a reproductive urologist, I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS. It really wasn't easy before. You had to take time out of your day, come to a physical office, and see a specialist like me in person. Now, through HIMSS.com, you can get world-class sexual health care and a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. It starts with a free assessment from a medical provider licensed in your state who can determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. So don't wait. Join the hundreds of thousands of guys who've gotten help for their ED through HIMSS.
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit.
Telling it like it really is.
That's the fact, yeah!
It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440. Reset. Refocus on your day. The moment where you take a deep breath and change the focus from From the problem to the problem solver. This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
And good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It is time to rise and shine once again. For there's one more day, one more, that we're on top of the ground and the ground's not on top of us. Good morning to you. I'm Kevin Elkins, and this is News Radio 1440. You can download the app, News Radio 1440, or you can go to newsradio1440.com, or you can just turn on the radio to 1440 AM. Good morning to you. Now, this is the most important part of the show. This is where we deliver to you a word from on high, with our daily bread. A word from on high is something that'll change your perspective, or at least maybe give you a new one. Either way, it's good for the soul. Good morning to you. It is September the 25th, 2024. Today's daily bread is simply entitled Mind-Blowing Teaching. Our scripture insight today comes from Proverbs, always a good book to look at, 3:1 through 12. Govern yourselves accordingly. And again, it is September the 25th, 2024. It is a day that has never been, and it is a day that no matter how hard we want it to, it is a day that will never, ever be again. It is a once-in-a-lifetime deal. You don't get a chance to come back later and undo all the things that you do today. More importantly, you don't get a chance to come back to do the things that you should have done that you didn't do. So whatever it is that you do with this day, September the 25th, 2024, make sure that if tomorrow should be, you'll be proud of what you have done on this day. If you've been around a while, I'll tell you every month, because it may be the same words, but I will tell you something. The day is certainly not the same. So if you've been around a while, you've seen, you've heard many, many yesterdays. And if we are blessed and given the grace, the mercy, the charity, and the love of God, we may, I am not sure, we may see some tomorrow. But if tomorrow should never be, then it is this day. That is the first day of the rest of our lives. What are we going to do with them? Well, whatever you do what you can, while you can, for whom you can, until you can't. Because somewhere along your journey of this life, somebody has done the same for you. A hand that cares, a shoulder to lean on, words of encouragement, help that brought you through. We can do no less. Benjamin Elijah May said, whatever we do in life, we should do it so well, no man living, no man dead, no man yet reborn can do it any better. And I say, if that is the standard by which you live life, you'll always be successful. Oh, you'll fail at a thing or two, we all do. But you'll never be a failure. Never. Until you quit. We say, give out if you must, rest if you can. But never, never give up. Because quitters will never win. And all winners, they lose every once in a while. They never quit. And no matter what happens this day, it is a great day. It is a stupendous day, an outstanding day to be alive. Good morning to you. We'll be back.
Welcome to today's encouragement from Our Daily Bread. I'm Tom Felton, and I titled today's reading, Mind-Blowing Teaching. Sophia Roberts witnessed open heart surgery for the first time when she was around 11 years old. While that might seem a bit young for a child to view such a medical procedure, you need to know that her dad, Dr. Harold Roberts Jr., is a heart surgeon. In 2022,
Sophia, now 30 years old and a surgery resident physician, teamed up with her dad to perform a successful aortic valve replacement. Harold said, "What can be better? I taught this kid how to ride a bicycle. Now to get to teach her how to operate on a human heart is pretty mind-blowing." While few of us will teach surgery skills to a child, in Proverbs 3, Solomon describes the importance of instructing something else to the next generation, to honor God and his ways. The wise king passionately shared with his child what he'd learned in his relationship with God. "My son, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Fear the Lord, honor the Lord, and do not despise the Lord's discipline." Solomon knew that God loves and delights in his children who willingly receive his correction and guidance. Let's teach the next generation what it means to trust, revere, honor, and be humbly molded by our awesome, amazing God. To partner with him in doing so is a vital privilege and, well, pretty mind-blowing. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from Proverbs 3, verses 1 through 12. "My son, do not forget my teaching, but keep my commands in your heart, for they will prolong your life many years and bring you peace and prosperity. Let love and faithfulness never leave you. Bind them around your neck, write them on the tablet of your heart. Then you will win favor and a good name in the sight of God and man. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight. Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and shun evil. This will bring health to your body and nourishment to your bones. Honor the Lord with your wealth, with the first fruits of all your crops. Then your barns will be filled to overflowing, and your vats will brim over with new wine. My son, do not despise the Lord's discipline, and do not resent his rebuke, because the Lord disciplines those he loves, as a father the son he delights in." Let's pray. Dear God, please help us to share your loving ways with both young and old today, and may we do so with kindness and humility. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
Okay, no PT today. I want to play something today. This came from a movie called Courageous. Anyway, I want to play. It's only 3 minutes, okay, but it is okay 4 minutes, but that's okay. It's worth it today. We'll celebrate the Army, the Air Force, Navy, and Marines on tomorrow. Okay, I've been doing it every day for years, so we can skip one day. We still like it though. Don't get me wrong. Anyway, so this is called Courageous. Remember the movie Courageous? Anyway, it's about fathers and sons. And after this, we're gonna take a break. And Dr. Melvin Brown has given us a response to all the talking and all the things going on. I'll play that after the break when we come back. But right now, I will, and that is our thing. Okay, so let me make sure I get this right here. Okay, because this really is a great speech. I got a lot of things to talk about today, but this is more important at the moment. Okay, so we'll be right back.
Many of these children now follow the same pattern of irresponsibility that their fathers did. While so many mothers have sacrificed to help their children survive, they were never intended to carry the weight alone. We thank God for them. But research is proving that a child also desperately needs a daddy. There's no way around this fact. As you know, earlier this year, my family endured the tragic loss of our 9-year-old daughter, Emily. Her death forced me to realize that not only had I not taken advantage of the priceless time I had with her, but that I did not truly understand how crucial my role was as a father to her and our son, Dylan. Since her passing, I've asked God to show me through His Word how to be the father that I need to be. I now believe that God desires for every father to courageously step up and do whatever it takes to be involved in the lives of his children. But more than just being there, providing for them, He's to walk with them through their young lives and be a visual representation of the character of God, their Father in heaven. The father should love his children and seek to win their hearts. He should protect them, discipline them, and teach them about God. He should model how to walk with integrity and treat others with respect. He should call out his children to become responsible men and women who live their lives for what matters in eternity. Some men will hear this and mock it or ignore it. But I tell you that as a father, you are accountable to God for the position of influence He has given you. You can't fall asleep at the wheel, only to wake up one day and realize that your job or your hobbies have no eternal value, but the souls of your children do. Some men will hear this and agree with it, but have no resolve to live it out. Instead, they will live for themselves and waste the opportunity to leave a godly legacy for the next generation. But there are some men who, regardless of the mistakes we've made in the past, regardless of what our fathers did not do for us, will give the strength of our arms and the rest of our days to loving God with all that we are, and to teach our children to do the same. And whenever possible, to love and mentor others who have no father in their lives, but who desperately need help and direction. And we are inviting any man whose heart is willing and courageous to join us in this resolution. In my home, the decision has already been made. You don't have to ask who will guide my family, because by God's grace, I will. You don't have to ask who will teach my son to follow Christ, because I will. Who will accept the responsibility of providing and protecting my family? I will. Who will ask God to break the chain of destructive patterns in my family's history? I will. Who will pray for and bless my children to boldly pursue whatever God calls them to do? I am their father. I will. I accept this responsibility, and it is my privilege to embrace it. I want the favor of God and His blessing on my home. Any good man does. So where are you, men of courage? Where are you, fathers who fear the Lord? It's time to rise up and answer the call that God has given to you, and to say, I will. I will. I will.
Words that are easily spoken, but sometimes hard to follow. Anyway, so my charge to a lot of men out there. Now, we may be raggedy husbands. Sometimes our character is in question. Sometimes mine has been sometimes in my life. But the one thing I've always believed in, and I'm 67 years old, and it still hurts that I don't know my father. It still hurts. I've never had the love of a dad or a hug from a father or anything like that. So I always make sure I do that to my boys. So if you're a man out there and you just kind of like, don't know where your kids are, or the woman is giving you hell, listen, fight for them. Okay. And women, you don't have to like the guy to let him be a good father, or a good dad or something. Father is biological. everybody who's ever produced a child is a father, but it's the relationship between the children that makes you a dad. And you don't have to be perfect at it. You just got to try. You just got to try to work it out. Anyway, good morning to you. I just thought that I heard that the other day. I meant to play it the other day, but I didn't get the chance. So today, men. What you need to do sometime today, if you ain't seen your kids in a while, sometime today, just go up to them and say, I will. And if he asks you what you will do, I'll do better. Okay. So anyway, so much for that. Didn't want to get on everybody's nerves this morning, but I think every once in a while, fathers, sometimes we give up so quickly. When the relationship goes bad, we give up. But most of us use that as an excuse to not do the things that we ought to do. And maybe, I don't know for sure, but maybe, if we all said, I will, what happened in Birmingham, what happens too often in Montgomery, Alabama, maybe. Let's be first at something for once that's good. And let's be the first city in Montgomery that goes 6 months in America, 6 months without any killing of our young men. That's by somebody else or themselves. All right. All right. So again, today, find your kids and say, I will. And if they say what, I'll do better. Anyway, good morning to you. I'll take this call, then I'll take a break, then I'll come back with what else I got to do? Oh, yeah, we're coming back with Melvin Brown in his response to all the goings on around him. Good morning. Who's this? Okay, then. As always. But hey, I'm glad you will. Okay. But anyway, somebody said that's not going to happen. I got to tell you, you have to believe. You have to believe it will happen. It won't. It certainly won't happen if we don't believe it. Okay. So got to take a break. We'll come back with Dr. Melvin Brown's response to all the going on. In around him. I thought he made an eloquent presentation. He did it on Venmo. I'm always going to get access to this stuff. Okay, so I'm just saying. Let's get our act together. Okay, let us do better. Okay, so momento. Okay, hope this day finds you well and it finds you happy and hang loose. We shall return. Uno momento. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. Momento. And we are back. All right, now everybody knows that we need to be kind of superintendent of the maintenance too. And it's been it's been an austere relationship. You don't have to worry about me. Really good. However, I did get on him one time, a couple times. You'll never hear anybody in the first piece of music move. I mean, it's like calling somebody the English. Nobody wants to. I think about it. When is the last time you heard anybody in the upper school system using in public? You never hear it. I mean, I guess black children are not supposed to be disciplined. I guess we're supposed to accept better. I guess I don't know. I just find it to be kind of rare. But that was my biggest complaint with him, and it's still a complaint. But it ain't just with him; it's with everybody. But anyway, but he did put out there's this what's it called? This platform called Venmo. And so let us, I think I can get it anyway. I think oh, here it is right here. I got it right. Okay. So let's listen to what the old superintendent has to say in his own words, of course, not anybody else's words, but his. Let me, okay, let me see if I can get this, if I can get it. Now I had it. Oh, there we go. There we go. Let me see. I thought I had it anyway. Yeah, it don't look like it wants to play. You don't do why you want to play. Somebody sent it to me. Y'all. Let's remind us, okay? Anybody else superintendent calls off the board? Okay. Well, all right. That's what I get to be unfair. Now, if you got it, probably send it to me on Facebook page. We can hear what the good doctor has to say. I listened to it sometime yesterday, and it was interesting. I mean, he didn't get out the reasons or anything. He just, said what he had to say, which is okay, you know. But I don't want to speak for him. I want him to speak for us. So as soon as I can get a link to this thing, it was on Venmo. If anybody out there see it, send me a link to it so I can. This man had a lot to say. I thought I had it. But I got it. All right. Send it to me on Facebook. I can't really see it on my phone. You got to get it on the phone. No one cares. Well, I care. I care. So we need to we need to straighten this out. We need to straighten we need to straighten some of this out. I mean, we can't keep. We'll never get we'll never get any stability if we keep changing superintendents every couple of months, every couple of years. That's like going to high school and getting a new principal every every year. So nobody can ever say, "Well, my principal, I'm not going to the same school." My principal is Mr. Johnson. When I was coming up, actually I'm still coming up. I ain't got over we had the same principal, and everybody. Oh, here we go. Right here. Here we go. There we go. Okay, there we go. All right, now let's see if I get this. If I get this right. Okay. All right, here we go. We got it. I found it. All right. Let me. Okay, let's stop that. Okay, let me get to his thing right here because I listened to it. Normally I don't listen to these things, but I listened to this one. It was quite interesting. So what did I lose it again? Come on, man! Did I just lose it again? Really? All right then. My mind is all messed up. I may have to wait till the beginning of the next hour because I just Oh, there it is. Okay, there it is, right there. Okay. Now it's not very long. It's not very long at all. Let me see, where's he at here? Okay. Okay. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. So, there we go. Right here. All right, Dr. Brown. Superintendent Dr. Melvin Brown is his name, as a matter of fact. And here we go. Let's see what he has to say. And that was Dr. Brown and his response to some things he thought were inappropriate. I don't really know what those things are. I wouldn't put them on the radio anyway. Inappropriate. My problem with Dr. Brown, not that it really matters. I mean, I mean, I'm probably like a I'm probably like a fly on an elephant's butt. You know, you don't even know he's there. But again, but it's been the same problem with most of the members of the Board of Education. For some reason, publicly, they cannot use the word discipline. Now, you see, I don't, and I think this is what a lot of people don't understand. I don't care whether or not you're over budget, under budget, whether or not you spend too much money here, spend too much there. I don't care about that. Is stuff that is internal to the administrators of that board. What most parents care about is the environment in the schools. See, all that junk you just talked about. I don't care nothing about that. I don't care what he does as a person. I could care less. But the environment in school, and we know that environment counts because if you go to the magnet schools, they will have an environment that is conducive to learning. And if you disrupt that environment, you won't be there long. And so I don't know why it is that they hold in Montgomery Public Schools, the traditional schools, as the punishment for people who are in the magnet school. They threaten them all the time. We're going to send you back down the road. What does that tell you? Discipline. I don't know why it is that nobody can say the word in Montgomery Public Schools. Why you hardly ever hear it. The only one that ever says anything about it, I think, is Dr. Keith. But you never hear them in a public setting use the word. It's like, oh, you can't use that word. Too many black students. Hey, my son is black. He better show some discipline in the public schools. And he does, always. So I don't know what it is with school and educators these days. And what is so amazing to me about it, and before I go to the phone, every last one of those teachers, and they'll tell you in a heartbeat what kind of degree they have. If you don't know nothing about your teacher, some teachers, okay, has anybody ever heard this? I got mine, you need to get yours. Okay, well, that's why we're here, so you can help us get ours. But I just don't understand it. But every teacher that's a teacher had to employ discipline in some aspect in their lives in order to be successful at getting their college degree to do, or whatever degree they have, to teach. And it's one word that has been deemed racist, I guess, in the lexicon of education. You cannot use. But listen, if somebody please send me any audio where any school board meeting they use the word discipline, I like to hear, because I'll buy you a 2-piece dinner. All right then, 860-1440-748 in the morning. Good morning. Good morning. I'm doing fine. I'm glad you graced our airways this morning. I know it's difficult on you, but we appreciate it. Mm-hmm. 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 No, I don't know. I don't think. Does anybody have? I don't know. Oh well, I know Erica Smith. I think she got kids in public school system, I believe. And one of the reasons why they don't, it's the environment. It's not the education. Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If we have to force it, we force it. Well, no, their parents fail, not us, not the school system. But that's their problem. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's right. But they won't do it. Yeah, I know. I know. Mm-hmm. 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 But I, well, and therein lies to be. And we got too many women down there for one thing. Just get too many. Yeah, too many women on the board. I'm sorry. Women are nurturers. Too many women out there. Okay. That's just what it is. They don't. The word discipline is something that they don't like to use either. Well, little Johnny, he don't have any breakfast this morning. Oh, sorry about that. Get him some breakfast. But he still doesn't have the right. And my understanding is that, even the state superintendent came under fire for shall we say manipulation of numbers. Okay, in the account, I forgot exactly what it was called, but we keep people in school because we can keep the numbers up, and they represent a dollar bill. That's what they represent. Good morning. Yes. Salute. Mm-hmm. Well, in a way, they are. According to the doctrine of in loco parentis, they actually become the parent in lieu of the parents. When those children are on those grounds, the teachers and administrators become parents for the day. Mm-hmm. Mm. Right. So listen, here's where we make our mistake about the AEA. The AEA is doing their job. Their job is not to worry about the kids. Their job is to worry about the teachers. That's what they do. They worry about the teachers. It's the teachers who should worry about the kids, not AEA. Yeah, but I got to tell you something. The education budget for the state of Alabama is not in the millions. It is in the billions. They got plenty of money, my brother. They don't need to give their salary out. They got billions. Money ain't the issue. Money's not the issue. They got plenty of money. Oh, sure, absolutely. But when it is not done at home, the school is the what do you call that? It's the place where we catch it. And if we can't work it out, then we send them back home to their parents, who evidently are not that good of parents. Hmm. Hmm. Well, I remember one. Yeah, and that's what we need. That's what we need. We can't see, but as long as we got a bunch of women on the school board, we'll never get a reformatory school. That's what we need. Get their mind right. All right. Appreciate it. Yeah, we'll never get a school. They can call it whatever they want to go. Maybe they don't like the word reformatory. That's kind of like discipline. Good morning. Morning. Oh no. Well, wait a minute. They do work an awful lot during during the week. I mean, yeah, right. Well, okay. But I don't have a problem with teachers having tenure try as best we can to get the politics out of the room. If we would give teachers the same authority that we give football coaches on the field, we would eliminate many of our problems in school, but they have to conform to the stupid ideology, okay, of the modern day politics. Yeah, and so, but give it authority that Nick Saban got. Oh yeah, we had one hell of a school system. Well, I like the word saddle. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And everybody, have you ever seen a time where so many kids have been diagnosed with a disease, a ADHD? I really, they need they need a BELT is what they need. A belt on the butt is what a lot of them need. Now there are some kids, of course, who some are a hell of a lot smarter than I ever thought about being in school. There's some more athletic. There are some who really genuinely have a mental issue, and that's fine. We work a little slow. We work a little slower. That's good because I was one of them. Yes, true, but not as many. Not as many. Yeah, yeah. And the only thing they were guilty of, right? Only thing they were guilty of, right? Exactly. And those drugs hamper your ability to get a good job in the future. All boys will be boys. I'm sorry. They were given this drug called testosterone. And we get a lot of it. We gonna act like boys. Hey, I gotta take a break. We'll be back right at 7:58 in the morning. We'll be back. I want to appreciate everybody for tuning in. Hey, who knows? We may play Dr. Melvin's thing one more time when we get back for those who didn't hear it. And we'll do that when we come back.
SFA 12 News Update on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, I'm Jasmine Williams at WSFA 12 News. Here's what's happening this Wednesday. Helene is now a tropical storm and headed toward the U.S. Gulf Coast. That's why tomorrow is a WSFA First Alert Weather Day. Almost all of Florida and all of Georgia's counties are under a state of emergency right now. We could see strong winds and rain in our area. In Montgomery, Maxwell Air Force Base will serve as a staging area for hurricane first responders, and Garrett Coliseum will serve as a shelter for evacuated forces. Cattle belonging to evacuees will be accepted at the Pike County Cattlemen's Association in Troy. Another nitrogen gas execution is set to go forward on Thursday in Alabama. Alan Miller will be the second person put to death using this new method. Miller is accused of killing 3 of his co-workers back in 1999, not far from Birmingham. I'm Jasmine Williams, and these are your morning headlines.
News Radio 1440 is WLWI AM and 95.1 HD3 FM of Montgomery, a Cumulus media station.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Tropical storm Helene is strengthening quickly as it churns in the Caribbean Sea on its way northward to Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula and on to Florida's Gulf Coast. CBS meteorologist David Parkinson.
In the less than 48 hours it's going to take to get from Cancun to the Big Bend of Florida, the storm is likely to have its wind speeds increase from 70 miles an hour to 125 miles an hour.
Forecasters say storm surge could reach 15 feet. CBS's Jason Allen.
Tallahassee Mayor John Daly says the city is doubling its workforce. You are used to hurricanes. When you see a storm track like this, though, how much does it concern you?
It's very concerning. I'm from Tallahassee. This is my hometown. We have never seen a storm of this magnitude that could possibly be a direct hit to Tallahassee.
In California, officials say a man took a city bus hostage and led cops on a terrifying 1-hour chase through the streets of Los Angeles. CBS News LA's Kara Finstrom.
When the suspect got on, police say he held the driver at gunpoint. Some of the passengers immediately got off. They say the gunman then ordered the driver to start driving, directing him at times to go in the wrong direction.
One passenger was shot and later died in the hospital. The Senate has just released new findings on a bipartisan investigation into security lapses ahead of the assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump at a rally in Pennsylvania in July. Kentucky's Rand Paul, the top Republican on the panel.
President Trump almost being killed was a result of multiple failures of the Secret Service.
They included, according to the report, a radio warning from local police. The gunman was armed 22 seconds before he pulled the trigger. The White House is calling today's missile launch from Lebanon concerning. Israel says it's activated its reserve brigades after intercepting a surface-to-surface missile that targeted Tel Aviv. Secretary of State Antony Blinken tells CBS Mornings one side is clearly to blame.
Hezbollah in the north from southern Lebanon started lobbing rockets and missiles into Israel. People living in northern Israel had to flee their homes, about 70,000.
A new report finds 1 in 10 kids and teenagers is hooked on platforms like TikTok and Instagram. CBS's Vicki Barker.
The WHO survey of some 280,000 children in 44 countries across Europe and Central Asia found 11% display addictive behavior around social media use. Girls were more likely to report problematic social media use than boys. Boys were more likely to develop obsessive relationships with gaming.
This is CBS News.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career path with flexibility, great pay, and benefits? Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today.
It's common knowledge that after age 30, our metabolism changes.
I'm Chuck Norris. I tried everything. Working with the team of health experts, we came up with Morning Kick.
Morning Kick has probiotics to help you lose weight, prebiotics for digestion, and powerful anti-aging supplements. Go to roundhouseprovisions.com, use code SAVE, or text SAVE to 511-511 and claim 40% off. SAVE to 511-511.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Excuse me, apply.
Warning, the following ZipRecruiter radio spot you are about to hear is going to be filled with F words.
When you're hiring, we at ZipRecruiter know you can feel frustrated. And you can spend a fortune trying to find fabulous people, only to get flooded with candidates who are just fine.
Not fun.
Fortunately, ZipRecruiter figured out how to fix all of that. We find the right people for your roles fast, which is our absolute favorite F word. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Lots of people will be giving the gift of cell phones for Christmas and Hanukkah.
Between November 1st and December 31st, Adobe's Vivek Bandia says they expect the holiday season to be the most mobile of all time.
$240.8 billion for the holiday season exclusively through online retail. And when we think about how much will be shopped through smartphones, of that $240.8 billion, it's just going to be about 53% of that.
And if you follow an influencer, you may also follow their shopping habits. Adobe predicts they'll play a major role this season in boosting purchases, driving people to shop 10 times more compared to overall social traffic to retailer sites. Matt Piper, CBS News.
A Houston bankruptcy judge has cleared the way for an auction of Alex Jones' InfoWars website. Assets from the sale of the conspiracy theorist empire will help pay families of the Sandy Hook victims. Jones found guilty of defamation for spreading lies. The mass shooting was a hoax. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
You know, a lot of times you have to choose between something high quality or something that saves you money. But if you could get both, why not? Especially when it comes to health care. And that is MediShare. You get both. Many families save $500 a month with MediShare, and that's huge. But it's also true that people wind up way more satisfied, too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. That's because MediShare works. It has for more than 30 years. It's a community of Christians who have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth. They love the huge PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton. I like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price in 2 minutes. Here's the number, Just call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE. Hey, Montgomery Prattville, the price of everything seems to be going up and up, and that makes affordability a real problem. Well, I don't accept that, and neither should you. That's why I'm turning September into Acceptember. Matt Parsley here from Budget Car and Truck Sales, and if you hate your old ride, don't accept the status quo, because if you're tired of high prices and high payments, just say no. Only during Acceptember. Plus, you could save up to $3,000 on a nicer, newer car, based on the price of the car you pick. Here at Budget Car and Truck Sales, we're all about acceptance and affordability. My solution specialists accept all kinds of situations with the banks and the credit unions that want to say yes. That's yes, yes, yes. We'll help you find a vehicle you'll love for a monthly payment that fits your budget. So don't accept a car you hate. Only during September. Remember, it's your chance to save up to $3,000 on a car you love. But hurry, a deal this accepting won't last long. I'm Matt Parsley. I'm your dealer for the people. See all these great rides at budgetsays.yes.com. That's budgetsays.yes.com. Call 334-244-9777.
While on your way to work tomorrow morning, join Kevin Elkins for Decisions. News Radio 1440. Depend on it.
Okay, we are back. Got a guest coming in. We're going to talk to the athletic director of Alabama State University. I haven't seen them this much since I've been in Alabama. Anyway, somebody said, please inform your caller that Paul Hubbard is not running AEA unless he's running it from another place. I feel you on the Mr. Hubbard's not with us anymore. But again, I don't know why people always want to blame things on the AEA. Hey, if everybody had a union that looked out for their folks the way AEA looked out after them teachers, listen, I would join the talk show host, whatever they call those things, union, if we had one. But I don't think we got one. Anyway, we'll get started with my guest. Let me replay for those who didn't hear. This is Dr. Melvin Brown's response to the going-ons at the school board and why he's resigned, at least some of why he's resigned. All righty then. So if you didn't hear it, now you heard it. And again, I don't listen. Sounds good. Sounds like a good speech to me. But if you don't have discipline in our schools, then school is useless. You know, it's like a bag with a hole in it. You can't put nothing in it. All right. So have a seat right there. Yeah. Anyway, so I wish him well also, but until we get discipline in our schools, the rest of this junk don't mean anything. I know. Let's diagnose him again with ADHD. I feel you. We'll be back. Got a guest coming up right after this. You know, I swear to God, I've never seen this many kids across America diagnosed with ADHD. What they need is a BELT, okay? And therefore would get their attention. I'll be right back.
WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast. News Radio.
I know the guy in town to tell the truth.
Sponsored by
Nobody else can. They don't want to do it. Oh, grab that little headphone, right? Yeah. We ain't on yet. Now our show is live. Okay, so you can. But I just never see. I mean, we got, and it's hard for me to believe that people coming to college now and need remedial reading. How do you even get out of high school? Do that.
Friday mornings are trending much drier though by the weekend. And that's your first alert.
We pretty much are lowering the standards of everything in America.
News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven.
One thing I like about college is you got to put
1440.
Right now things are looking good. No major problems.
Where you from?
Huntsville, Alabama.
Okay, Huntsville's a nice place. Now, when you use the word rocket science, we don't be lying about Huntsville. I usually think they're just lying, but no, that's what they really do have rocket science. Okay. Who would have thought that in Alabama? And it's a different mentality. I mean, even coming through the city, it's a different. It seems to be an upwardly mobile place, and down here we still fight the civil rights and the Civil War. We still fight. It happened well. But there's never been a win without a fight.
That is a weird idea.
Fighting requires struggle.
Brings you all the news you need to know.
Somebody coming in, every race in the world at one point in our time has been enslaved. Every race. It may have been 500, 800, 900, 2,000 years ago, but every race has been somehow either through indentured servitude or through out slavery. So, but we seem to be the ones who can't get over.
You hear that sound? That's someone spreading an illness in your facility. Don't worry.
We can talk for the next 100 years.
Can help.
When we come back, you should be in that same place.
Cleaning and disinfecting office buildings, schools, churches, and even hospitals.
I came out to Alabama City a few times trying to get somebody to come to do this job. And first thing I heard,
to learn more about how our local cleaning experts can help you, visit JannyKingCleans.com. That's JannyKingCleans.com.
Okay, you'll probably hear his name every once in a while.
It's a fact. Guys hate
but they asked me to come up here and teach. Well, I don't have to do it. If I'm gonna charge somebody I better be taught by one. Although there's nothing that takes the place of experience, but in the academia, it's all about the paper. It's all about, even though that paper don't mean jack, but it's all about the paper. Degrees don't guarantee you. You just guarantee not to get it. But you ain't guaranteed to get it. You just guarantee not to get it.
So where are you from?
Little town called South Bend.
South Bend, Indiana? That's where North Chicago.
That's it. I went by Notre Dame every day almost. Going to high school. Notice that word. And in school. And you know what bothers me? I'm 67. How old you? Probably about 30.
No, I'm 44.
So, and what we have, what my parents' generation, my mother born at 30, what our generation was, they were so used to being done wrong, so marginalized that they brought that over to. I used to go by that school. My mother said, "Y'all can't go to that school." And how come? That's fake school.
My wife and I enjoyed a wonderful
ask some
questions.
So into that, rather than saying, and again, I understand where they were coming from because that's just the way things were. But I know we're looking at that school every day, and never even know.
With today's high tech, low
Never even know.
it's refreshing.
Because that's fake school.
That's it. It's enough to inspire me to
Now
get
we
started.
tell our kids,
To learn more, check us out at BeKindnessRevolution.net.
Telling it like it really is. It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
All righty, people, we have been privileged this morning with a guest from Alabama State University. I'm gonna let him introduce himself before I get on. Not too hard. I ain't gonna get him too hard, but you know, when you see every place else you go, you have a great time. Here, this is where the metal hits the road around here. Okay, we don't play. I mean, hard as a rock. That's why my name was Sergeant Rock in the Army. That's my nickname, Sergeant Rock, because I'm hard. Okay, tell the folks who you are.
Dr. Jason Cable, Vice President and Director of Athletics at Alabama State University.
Alabama State University. And that, in that capacity, what is it that you do?
I oversee our 18 sports plus cheer in that capacity. And, you know, obviously resources is a big part of athletics. And so providing resources for student athletes and coaches.
Now you say cheer. You mean the cheerleaders?
Cheerleaders, absolutely.
Okay. Hey, y'all got the honeybees, right?
Yeah, that's the band. So I don't oversee that. So that's we have a band director.
Oh, okay.
And falls under a different department.
So the honeybees not cheerleaders?
No.
Oh, look like cheerleaders. They be cheering. Anyway, I don't know anything about that kind of stuff though. But congratulations though at Alabama State. You know, since I got here in '91, that school certainly has improved. The aesthetics are now. I used to go out there sometimes and I thought I was in a rap concert. With some of the language that I would hear out there. And one day I was taking my son goes to Upward Bound, which is a place. And I was coming past his house. I mean, I've never heard such drudgery, and I looked at the kids and said, you know, I'm bringing my son out here because this is an institution of higher learning. And I said, why don't we treat it that way? I mean, if that's the best verbiage you can use, hey, you know, maybe we ought to go back to English class. But anyway, you didn't come here and talk about that. Name and likeness. What's your thoughts on that?
I think it's a great opportunity for student athletes to benefit in the current structure. Obviously, some things need some work in that space, and I think you have members of NCAA committees that are coming together to provide some guidance in that area. I think we have got out of hand without a cap. You really don't have a realistic idea of what that looks like in terms of numbers, right? So the market dictates name, image, and likeness in a pure sense, but we know that there are some opportunities there that exist that are not necessarily tied to the market space.
Why don't we give every athlete, especially those in sports that produce revenue, why don't we give them a stipend? Give everybody the same amount. Give them a couple $1,000s a month. We don't want them to work. We don't want them to get in the car from Charles Jones car shop down the street. So give them because they are bringing money. Well, no, I mean Alabama students certainly bringing. I don't know how good the economics are on Alabama State, but it's a small college, and you give them the stipend that's dependent upon what they come up with. But name and likeness, I don't really like that very much because professional coaches are finding it difficult to manage people who make a whole lot more money than they do. But if we give everybody a stipend, I think. What do you think about something like that?
I think that could work, and I think that's the current space that we're in with the House settlement, where institutions are going to have to, just based on the result, are going to have to distribute an amount amongst student athletes. And so we still don't know what that looks like.
Right.
But to your point, that stipend that NIL stipend may come to fruition.
Yeah, well, that's good. And you're from where?
Huntsville, Alabama.
Yeah, what do you call that place up there? What do they make up there? Rockets. The rocket science place.
Rocket City.
Rocket City, yeah, because that's what they do.
Right.
Which tells me that Alabama intellectually has the abilities to send us anywhere we want to go. Let me ask you a question. Now, you don't have to answer it. Let's say somebody said that you could go any place you want to go in space, but you couldn't come back. But you'll see things that no man has ever seen. Would you go? Yeah, I wouldn't either. I wouldn't either. So we got 18 sports. What would they be? I'd say football, baseball, basketball, tennis. What else you got?
Indoor and outdoor track, cross country, softball, bowling, golf.
Bowling is a sport?
Absolutely. Very productive sport on our campus as well.
Bowling, when you take the black ball, you hit the white things.
Yes, there's a national championship in bowling. We've won the conference championship 2 out of the last 3 years. So.
Bowling?
Bowling.
Okay, let me see if somebody wants to talk to you. Hey, you're on the phone. Good morning. Yeah. What in the world has that got to do with you? Obviously, you really didn't understand the context in which I brought that up. Okay, I was giving them some accolades for having an environment out there that represents the intellectual possibilities of the school. But I understand you was on a short bus, so we're not going to worry about that anymore. Okay, if I don't break it down to elementary terms, you probably won't understand this. Okay. Anyway, so football. What's the most popular sport out there?
I think the most popular sport, just given where we are geographically, is football. It's one of the sports that is well attended. Currently, we this past season we finished 4th in attendance for FCS, a little under 19,000, a little over 19,000 a game, and so it's a big draw. And it's more than just a game; it's a community event. It's an experience, and so it's something that our university really connects with the community through the sport of football.
I was. Is there any place in town that actually actively participates in selling the paraphernalia or the Alabama State brand? Is there anybody? Or do they come? Do you have to come out on campus to buy anything?
No, we're in Walmart. We're in most of your stores in the local community, Sam's. So we're out in the community in terms of merchandise that you're able to purchase, or you can come on campus to the bookstore. But there are multiple options there.
What's my mind? I was going to ask you something else here in a second. My mind gets lost out there in space sometimes. Back to NIL, name and likeness. In that system, the quarterback on the football team will always seem to probably get more money than everybody else. Am I wrong in that? Because that's the guy with the biggest position out there. Of course, he'll end up on his butt if it wasn't for the lineman, protecting him. But their name's not very known because on every play the quarterback's involved. How do we reconcile that? How do we work that out, if at all?
I don't think you reconcile or work that out. I mean, there are different valuations that are out there, and so you take a student athlete like Travis Hunter. I think he may be the #1 earner at the University of Colorado, and so
I thought you talking doing it with Prime. And
he may be. Maybe he should do it, but if not, he's right up there. And so you look at the athlete and the impact. I think the quarterback, obviously, being the most visible, recognizable, you're involved in every play. May assume that role most of the time, but I don't think it's 100% of the time. I think it's dependent on the institution.
I have always said that there are very few jobs that you can get coming out of college, coming out of anywhere, that pay you millions of dollars without any professional experience except sports. I've often said, and considering the money that they can bring to a university, why don't we just give athletes a degree in sports?
There are sport management degrees.
I'm talking about for playing. It's an occupation. I mean, it's not because I've often said that often it devalues other degrees if you don't have the intellectual ability to do that, but you are great at what you do. And again, you can't get out of any other, you can't get any other job making millions of dollars except in sports and entertainment. It just seems to me that we should give them a degree in that. That's just me, though.
I can understand that thought process, but I think sports or athletics really adds value to the experience. When you look at the sense of urgency, the time management, those things that you're going to gain from participating in that sport. It's separate from academia in the fact that you can't get a degree in football, right? But if you graduate and you make millions of dollars, that's a short-term plan. That's a means to an end. At some point, that opportunity is going to dissolve, and so the degree helps you sustain, livelihood after that period.
Coach, common sense would do the same thing. I'm just saying, because again, now what sports does teach us, it teaches those intangible things that life gives us. Sometimes you can do all the right things and still lose. Sometimes you don't have to be the best team on the field to win. It depends on where the ball drops. So it teaches us. It teaches us to get along with one another, regardless. And it's just like being in the military. When you're on the hot seat, you don't care what the guy looks like behind you, in front of you, just the guy that hits on the side of you. So it teaches us many, many things, which you would think would transfer into the rest of our lives, but sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, I love football. I can't watch it. I always watch football games at the second half. I can't handle sitting out there for 3 hours. It ain't gonna happen. But it's an amazing thing, though. Football is something because sports is something in act. Because we can get people sit there for hours in the cold, watching a game. We can't get them come to church for 30 minutes. I'm just saying, maybe we'll play a game in church. I don't know. Anyway, so what else did you want to tell us this morning while I didn't take your way off to the beaten path?
I think, we're in the middle of football season. It's an exciting time for us. We have a game this weekend at Bethune-Cookman in Daytona Beach. There's a little weather surrounding, but I think we'll be okay. We come back and play Florida A&M University for homecoming, and that starts Sunday prior to the game. The list of events are very robust, and so it's an opportunity for alumni to come back, get an opportunity to see what's going on campus, come to a football game and just enjoy all the festivities. And this is once again, it's a community event, and it's an event that is really about the experience. It's more than just the game. Obviously, we want to win, but the experience that we provide for homecoming and all of our home games is great.
Okay, 2 weeks ago, or 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I want to ask you if you would sign up for this program. Auburn and Alabama whooped the snot out of these two colleges, had no business in the same stadium. Now, as men, I think on any given day, anybody can beat anybody. But would you put Alabama State in that situation where they, just to get money, would you do that?
I think there's different philosophies there. We haven't scheduled those type of contests. Obviously, I've been here. This is my 4th year. So some games are scheduled out. So some games were scheduled when I got here. But my philosophy is we want to schedule games that we have a high probability of winning. Now, if the value proposition is great, then we could evaluate a game of that nature. But we're likely going to schedule games that we got a high probability of winning.
Or at least being competitive.
Right.
Because I don't remember how much money they got. I just remember the stench and it's going to be in everybody's know when you lose 73-6. On a football field. I mean, anyway, donations are a big part of college. If you're an alumnus of Alabama State, in whatever capacity you Are you guys able to expect donation from your former students, former athletes to give to the college a little bit there?
Absolutely. We have opportunities there. The simplest way to do it is go to bamastate.com, click on invest, and then you have opportunities to invest. Right now, we're in the middle of a Drive for 500 campaign. We want to increase our membership by 500 to the Hornet Club. And the Hornet Club is the club that directly supports all of our athletic programs.
Now, do you have to be a former alumnus of Alabama State to be part of the whatever it is that you said it was?
Absolutely not. We have members of the Hornet Club that are not alumnus. They just have a interest in giving back to young people.
Okay, and I think we should probably we can't overemphasize that, because in order for Alabama State to reach its heights, it's all about money, and the state's only going to give you so much. You're only going to get so much from student what do you call that when you come to school? You pay
student fees.
Yes, student fees. But some of our people, and once you start investing, you take more of an interest.
Absolutely.
In your thing.
And you're more successful to your point. And so we have a proud alumni base that do support, but you always can get more and put yourself in a better position to support student athletes and students alike.
Well, I'm always willing to open up the microphone to Alabama State University. It took me a while to get here. It took me. I mean, when you're from South Bend, Indiana, home of Notre Dame, it's kind of hard to you got Touchdown Jesus out there, you got Rudy, you got the Ronald Reagan win one for the Gipper, all that stuff. But I'm in now. I'm all in now. I mean, I've been here 33 years, so they finally got me. I'm all in. Let me take one more because the guy wants to talk to you. Then we go. Good morning. Who's this?
No, we haven't played Tulane.
Okay. Anyway, if people want to reach out to you, how do they do that?
BamaStateSports.com.
BamaStateSports.com. The games are all sports out there, if not televised, at least broadcast on something or another.
Absolutely. So all of our games are at least streamed on the Hornet Sports Network.
Okay. So football, we can get football games. Okay. One more thing. Now, don't look bad at me about this, but I just got to ask the question. Does Alabama State, as well as any other college, look locally for talent? Because it's difficult for me to think that there aren't some kids whose names I can pronounce that can play sports in America. It does seem that we are importing our athletes and exporting our jobs. There's got to be. We're a nation of 330 million people. There's got to be some people. Do y'all scout locally for baseball, football, basketball, and things of that nature?
Absolutely, we do.
Okay, but sometimes I think I go to the skin. How you pronounce that guy's name? But anyway, I'm just saying. So as long as we go out, I don't care if you do it in Alabama, but do it some. We have to give our kids an opportunity for that chance there, and then it may not be as good as some, but we can train them. Okay. Matter of fact, am I too old to go out?
I don't think so. Yeah. So for how long is the question?
Okay, then we are good. Tell folks who you are one more time, so they know who you are.
Yes, Dr. Jason Cable, Vice President and Director of Athletics at Alabama State University.
Okay, and next time you come up here, I want to assault you with all this irrelevant stuff, but I don't get a chance to talk about ASU too often out there. Thank you for coming. You're doing a great job out there. And the Hornet Sports Network, is that where they're online, and we can check out most of the sports that you guys do? Yeah. At least on the day of the games, I think things of that nature.
Absolutely.
Well, Dr. Cable, I appreciate you coming by, talking to us. We got to take a break, and we'll be back after this.
Weather forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Blindster.com. Hi,
I'm Kyle from Blindster.com. I started Blindster in 2010 in my garage after I overpaid for new blinds. I researched the industry.
It helps the soul.
14 years later, we're one of the largest retailers of custom blinds in the U.S. Don't pay too much for new blinds. Go to Blindster.com.
Miles out to our Wednesday with high temperatures topping out in the mid-80s today. Bit of a breezy wind and the chance for some scattered showers and storms. A few storms on the stronger side. Tonight we'll keep the rain around, lows hovering near 70. Helene will bring rain and wind primarily to East Alabama on Thursday into Thursday night, lingering through Friday morning. We're trending much drier though by the weekend. And that's your first alert forecast. I'm WSFA meteorologist Nick Gunter on News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking good. No major problems or accidents have been reported that would send you on an alternate route. Heavy traffic southbound on Taylor approaching Troy Highway. 65 southbound running slow at the Cusada exit. 85 southbound running slow approaching Ann Street. Great shopping is at Premier Place. Shop Cato Fashion, Sally Beauty, Professional Nails and Spa, America's Best Contacts and Eyeglasses, and so much more. The Premier Place in Prattville, another great Clinton and Company development. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is major delay.
Hey, Montgomery Prattville, the price of everything seems to be going up and up, and that makes affordability a real problem. Well, I don't accept that, and neither should you. That's why I'm turning September into Acceptember. Matt Parsley here from Budget Car and Truck Sales, and if you hate your old ride, don't accept the status quo, because if you're tired of high prices and high payments, just say no. Only during Acceptember. Plus, you could save up to $3,000 on a nicer, newer car, based on the price of the car you pick. Here at Budget Car and Truck Sales, we're all about acceptance and affordability. My solution specialists accept all kinds of situations with the banks and the credit unions that want to say yes. That's yes, yes, yes. We'll help you find a vehicle you'll love for a monthly payment that fits your budget. So don't accept a car you hate. Only during September. Remember, it's your chance to save up to $3,000 on a car you love. But hurry, a deal this accepting won't last long. I'm Matt Parsley. I'm your dealer for the people. See all these great rides at budgetsays.yes.com. That's budgetsays.yes.com. Call 334-9777.
You hear that sound? That's someone spreading an illness in your facility. Don't worry. Janny King, the king of clean, can help. For over 35 years, we've been cleaning and disinfecting office buildings, schools, churches, and even hospitals. Trust us to keep your employees safe, healthy, and at work this cold and flu season. To learn more about how our local cleaning experts can help you, visit JannyKingCleans.com. That's JannyKingCleans.com.
Janny King, the king of clean.
Consumer warning. Stay away from stablecoin Tether. Tether is a cryptocurrency company with a so-called stablecoin. It's supposed to be backed one for one by the US dollar. But Tether's murky past exposes Americans to outsized risk, shady practices, false claims, legal entanglements, deliberate lack of transparency. The United Nations called Tether the preferred choice for regional cyber fraud operations and money launderers. Tether has never published an independent audit of its finances and operations. Financial rating company S&P gave Tether a high-risk rating, a major red flag. Warning: owning a stablecoin that isn't independently audited comes with enormous risk. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Steer clear of stablecoin Tether. Visit tetherwarning.com to learn more. Paid for by Consumers Research.
Hey, y'all, Lewis at the Capitol Oyster Bar over here on that beautiful Alabama River, cooking up that good old seafood for you and having a good time. Let's talk about good times on the river this Sunday afternoon. Early times in the high rollers out of New York. That's right. We've got a rolling through town. We're going to have some great blues down here. Check it out, CapitolOysterBar.com, our Facebook page. You'll see how to run a pontoon boat. RV park down here. You can come stay a little while. And a great menu we've got lined up for you. So get down here soon. Remember, showtime 4 o'clock Sunday. Early times in the high rollers.
For 65 years, Guardian Credit Union has been your trusted financial partner, and now we're proud to extend that trust further by introducing Guardian Insurance Services. Whether protecting your home, car, or even your business, we've got the coverage that fits your needs. Our team is here to guide you every step of the way with the personalized service you know and love. Call 334-819-7555 for a free quote today. Guardian Insurance Services, building on 65 years of trust, now safeguarding your future.
Prescriptions require online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and Senior Vice President of Men's Sexual Health at HIMSS. In my 12 years of practice as a reproductive urologist, I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS. It really wasn't easy before. You had to take time out of your day, come to a physical office, and see a specialist like me in person. Now, through HIMSS.com, you can get world-class sexual health care and a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. It starts with a free assessment from a medical provider licensed in your state who can determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. So don't wait. Join the hundreds of thousands of guys who've gotten help for their ED through HIMSS.
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit.
He's the voice of the conservative millennial.
Ben Shapiro.
The Ben Shapiro Show, tonight at 8 p.m. on New.
You know, it must be difficult being curmudgeon. It really must be difficult. I mean, it really must be. I don't think he liked black people. I really don't think he did. I'm not mad at him. Don't get me wrong. We all have our idiosyncrasies, and I mean, I feel sorry for him. Just nothing, can't find, and I had to tell my son yesterday. Listen, okay, it ain't that bad. I mean, I said, did it change from yesterday? He said, no. So you already know what to expect. So just deal with it. Just deal with it. You got a few months of school left, and then you're done. Unless you go, because he wants to go to ASU. Actually, he wants to go to ASU. So we can work that out some kind of way. But anyway, 860-1440. And don't forget, guys, if you're a former alumnus of Alabama State University, hey, how about send them a check for $100 every once in a while? Okay, just to help things out there. I mean, after all, somebody paid for you when you were in school, even if it was a taxpayer. 860-1440 is the number here. Now, one of the things I wanted to talk about, I wanted to get to it yesterday, but I wasn't able to do that. But I may have to wait till next hour to get, because it's a serious conversation about something that we every time we talk about it, it's kind of like talking about race. Everybody's got their opinion about it. Some people get upset about it. Some people don't care about it. But I think it's time the United States of America does something about it. What is that? Well, you'll find out. Good morning. Yeah. Right. So who's Miss Washington? Her name wasn't Washington, was it? Barbara Thompson. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. And I will say one thing. It does seem, and again, most parents, and I think I speak for you also. I hope I do, that I understand the internal strife that goes on between administrators. And that's good stuff. That's stuff for those board meetings. But that's not the stuff that the average parent worries about. We worry about the environment that's in the school and is it conducive to providing an atmosphere so people can learn. And my only complaint is always, I don't care who spent the most money and who didn't get money. All I care about is my child can go to school. He don't have to worry about smelling marijuana all day in the school, which is what he's doing now. And things of that nature, fights and all. And what I will give the principal of Percy Julian, this has been the quietest year start that I have known since my son's been going there. This is his fourth year now. And so obviously I don't know if I'll give that up to the superintendent, or am I going to give it to the principal that happens to be on site, the site director. But those are the things the average parent cares about. And discipline. We just let them deal with the paperwork and all that minutia. Mm-hmm. Well, and I think right. Right, but here again though, what their issue is are those that minutia that happens behind the curtain. That we don't know that. And again, the average parent, me, the evidence that you're doing a great job is I walk into any school and the atmosphere it's clean, it's orderly, it's disciplined. See, that's how I judge you. I don't judge you by. I don't judge you by anything else. Show me a school system and a school that people can learn in peace. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I right. But that leadership should manifest itself in the environment of our schools. Exactly. Right. That's the way it used to be. That's the way it used to be. It's not that way anymore. Yeah, I agree. All right, appreciate it. 860-1440 is 8:49 in the morning. Good morning. Well, that's what they say. That's what they say. Well, listen. Has there been some decisions made that will make you scratch your head and say, yes, yes. But again, you and I, because we're not personally involved in the administration of the system, there may be things going on that we don't know about, and I don't want to know about. Again, and I think you're a parent. I'm a parent. All I care is that is he learning? Is the environment conducive to a great education? And with discipline. That's what I worry about. I don't worry about none of that other stuff. Who spent the money here? I let them worry about, and the state board of education worry about that. The rest of that stuff, I wouldn't know what you're talking. You know all these tests they take and all that stuff, and how you get the numbers and oh. Mm-mm-mm. Mhm. But let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Is hiring somebody from your family a bad idea if they can do the job? Oh, okay. Okay, now let me wait a minute, let me ask you a question. When the new mayor gets installed or a new CEO gets installed, don't they bring people in that they know and they can trust? Well, she ought to trust. I'm pretty sure he trusts her if that in fact happened. I don't know if that happened or not. But what's wrong with that? Right. Of course, when you're making millions of dollars to coach, everybody can stay at home. Okay. Yeah. Right. Right. Okay, but what if she wasn't his wife and she still had to and she still could get the job done? I mean, really, is there? I don't see a problem hiring people, but she didn't work. Well, let me ask you something. Did his wife work for the school system? I don't think so. Right. What's that? Yes, yes, yeah. How about paddling in order? PID. Yeah, yeah, we do. We need to order some paddling. So, mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Right. Hey, it is, and we got too many women on the school board. We just do. I love them, but it got too many. Women think differently from men. Women don't think in a disciplinarian kind of way, authoritarian, but not disciplinary. And I just think that when you take the discipline away, Katie barred the door. Anything's coming in. So that's what we got. Yeah. Hey, appreciate it. Let me see who's there. Oh, there we go, right there. 8:54. We still got 1 hour left. So if you don't get in, don't worry about a week. We got one more left. Good morning. Yes. Well, was he qualified to do the job? I don't have a problem with people being hired because they're related to somebody, as long as they can do the job. Mm, yeah. Okay. I'll call it. I'll call it now. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, well, I'm disappointed in Twinkle Kavanaugh. I've been over to the office a couple of times trying to get her over here and tell her how come Alabama probably gets to raise its price when they evidently when they want to. And I thought, yeah, all right, okay. Again, I'm not one who's against nepotism as long as the nep knows how to do the job, is qualified, eminently qualified to do the job. I just don't. We got to hire somebody, don't we? Good morning. Yeah, that's right. Which is what I said. Hell, like, nobody got to work for you making that kind of money a year, but him. Yeah, yeah. Well, I just don't have a problem with it. Yeah, yeah. Oh, who? I didn't take it down. Yes, it is. It just wasn't pinned to the page. Keep going down the page, you'll find it's there. Or you can go to podbean.com and look for the Mayor Elkins podcast, and it's there too. So it's all over the place. Yeah, you'll find it. Or you can just go down the. Yeah. Well, anyway, listen. If I had a appreciate you, if I hire everybody in my family, if I do it, I trust them. I know they're looking out for my best interest. What bothers me if you hire people in your family and they can't do the job. There's where the problem comes in. Okay, you hire me to be an administrator, to be in charge of finance, but the only thing you got is a high school diploma, and you ran a Kool-Aid stand. No, no, we ain't doing that one. Anyway, we'll be back.
SFA 12 News Radio 1440. News Radio 1440 is WLWAM HD3 US News sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Police used a black patent to close in after the city bus was commandeered by a gunman who led LAPD officers on a wild, high-speed chase through 6 miles of city streets. CBS News Los Angeles. Police say he held the driver at gunpoint. Some of the passengers immediately got off. They say the gunman then ordered the driver to stop driving, directing them at times to go in the wrong direction. The LAPD deployed spike strips a number of times, slowing down the bus, an aggressive move. One passenger was shot and later died. Video shows the bus driver climbing out a window and running to safety behind an armored truck. while officers cleared the rest of the vehicle. Warning to people along Florida's Big Bend as a powerful storm approaches.
Sundown tonight, it's time to head inside and it's time to be safe. If you want to evacuate, go someplace safe. We have shelters open. There's shelters all up and down the Gulf Coast.
Tallahassee Mayor John Daly with forecasters expecting Tropical Storm Helene to become a Category 3 hurricane by the time it makes landfall there tomorrow. Meteorologist Stephanie Abrams at the Weather Channel.
This is not just a coastal storm. We will see flooding all the way into the Appalachians, and it's a potential for a foot of rain outside of the cone.
Storm surges of up to 15 feet expected. Israel's military is calling
diseases and is far below the nearly 40% of adults who say they will definitely get a flu shot this year.
CBS's Alexander Tin. Dow down 86. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
You can live out your MasterChef dream when you find a professional on Angie to tackle your dream kitchen remodel. Connect with skilled professionals to get all your home projects done well. Inside to outside, repairs to renovations. Get started on the Angie app or visit Angie.com today. You can do this when you Angie that.
Summer congestion got you down? Whether it's allergies or a summer cold, being congested can change your whole day. You feel tired and run down like you're missing out on summer fun. At Navage, we're here to make breathing easy, easier. Navage uses patented gentle suction technology to help clear out allergens, mucus, dust, and germs without drugs. In as fast as 30 seconds, you'll be on your way to a better day. Look for Navage in brand new packaging. Navage, fresh new look, same great product.
An unusual ending to a big league game with a lot at stake.
What a way to end a baseball game.
Ball grounded right to Machado. Steps in the back for one. To second. Over first. A triple play.
A triple play on TNT to clinch a 4-2 Padres win over the rival Dodgers in Los Angeles. And the win clinches a playoff spot for San Diego, at least a wild card berth. The Padres still have a shot at the National League West title. They're 2 games behind LA with 5 to play. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
Pieces of music history going on the auction block here in New York today. Among the items up for sale at Guernsey's, Madonna's first guitar, and Bob Dylan's master tapes for his first album. Bob Dylan, the original sign for the iconic Chelsea Hotel, will also be sold off letter by letter. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
You hear that sound? That's someone spreading an illness in your facility. Don't worry. Janny King, the king of clean, can help. For over 35 years, we've been cleaning and disinfecting office buildings, schools, churches, and even hospitals. Trust us to keep your employees safe, healthy, and at work this cold and flu season. To learn more about how our local cleaning experts can help you, visit JannyKingCleans.com. That's JannyKingCleans.com.
Janny King, the king of clean.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
You know, a lot of times you have to choose between something high quality or something that saves you money. But if you could get both, why not? Especially when it comes to health care. And that is MediShare. You get both. Many families save $500 a month with MediShare, and that's huge. But it's also true that people wind up way more satisfied too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. That's because MediShare works. It has for more than 30 years. It's a community of Christians who have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth. They love the huge PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton, like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price in 2 minutes. Here's the number. Just call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE.
Consumer warning. Stay away from stablecoin Tether. Tether is a cryptocurrency company with a so-called stablecoin called USDT. It's supposed to be backed one for one by the US dollar. But Tether's murky past exposes Americans to outsized risk, shady practices, false claims, legal entanglements, deliberate lack of transparency. The United Nations called Tether the preferred choice for regional cyber fraud operations and money launderers. Tether has never published an independent audit of its finances and operations. Financial rating company S&P gave Tether a high-risk rating, a major red flag. Warning. Owning a stablecoin that isn't independently audited comes with enormous risk. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Steer clear of stablecoin Tether. Visit tetherwarning.com to learn more. Paid for by Consumers Research.
Join Sean Hannity Sundays at 3 p.m. for the Encore Show.
Chinese, the Russians don't fear Joe Biden.
On News Radio 1440.
Okay, we're back now. Good morning. I'm doing some advertising promotions here, and now I need a restaurant. That's what I need. So I need somebody to suggest the rest. Now I did take an opportunity the other day though to go over to the Clay place on Fairview Avenue. Great food. That's all I'm gonna give them. I ain't gonna do a whole bunch of free stuff there. But it was good. Little chicken and fish place. Fish was outstanding. Anyway, but that's all I'm gonna give them. I ain't gonna tell you where they are, nothing like that. They gotta pay me to get all that. But good place. So I'm looking for a restaurant. I need a restaurant. See, every talk show's got a restaurant except me. I need a restaurant. So y'all suggest something to me, and I'll make sure I go and see if I can talk myself into getting a restaurant to advertise with us. Okay. 860-1440 is the number here. Now, on a serious note, this morning, this is something that I've been talking about but in my mind for a couple of days, and I know it's going to stir up some of my friends, especially some of my Republican friends. I know it's going to stir them to want to disown me, but I think that it's time to have that conversation in America right now. But good morning. Who's this? Yes. Man, your phone is bad. No. Yes, it is. I'm listening to it. Go on and say what you're talking about to the public friend, because I was saying your public friend, I know, heard they executed that guy with a lot of time to, Yeah. Execution. But then that's not the plan. Somebody's calling. You keep going in and out. Oh. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. As a matter of fact, I think the guy they just executed, their family of the person said, "We don't want you to execute him." So they didn't pay that no attention. So yeah, but that was somebody. The family of the person. They either the one that's getting executed next week or this one. They came out. The family came out and said, "No, don't do it." So. Mm. Okay. Well, well, you know, he was. I guess he was duly found guilty or whatever. But I just think when the family, okay. Matter of fact, I think the sheriff's going to be here Thursday, tomorrow sometime, I believe. So you can, yeah, yeah. Mm. Yeah, yeah, that's it. Mm. Yeah. Okay. Well, you always need rules. Okay, well, that's your, yeah, that's you, yeah. Okay. Hey, listen, I appreciate that phone just keep cutting in and off. That's bugging me. Anyway, I do have something I want to talk about. Again, my some of my colleagues certainly going to be against me on this one, and that's okay. Again, but here's the question that's on the table this morning. I want somebody to convince me that the U.S. Constitution gives everybody you have a right to carry a gun walking down the street. I really want somebody to convince me uh, that the people who will allow guns to walk down the street with open rifles and things of that nature, convince me where in the Constitution do you think that is? Because I did some studying on the Second Amendment in the last few days, and it's even been changed somewhat than what it originally was. Okay. Good morning. Okay. Listen. Anyway, so I'm looking for that. I hear something. You know, I believe in my mind, in light of what happened in Birmingham the other night, and that's just the one we know about. All over America, it happens. Uh, I believe that we need to call a state of emergency on guns and suspend temporarily the right of people to walk down the street with open guns. Okay, take it to court, take us to court, whatever. Not ownership of guns, but to be able to walk down the street with guns or to carry multiple guns in your car. I think there needs to be a state of emergency in existence and stop that. Because I want somebody to show me where the founders intended to create an unregulated individual right to a gun. Okay? Now, there are millions of people in America who think, I believe in guns. I believe them. But unregulated individual rights, show me in the Constitution where that is. Okay? Now, I realize the problem with the Supreme Court, they're political too. You would think one of the reasons why that we don't give them a job for life is because they ought not be worried about political pressure. And now that's good to say, but you can't even fire Supreme Court. You can impeach him, I guess, if he does something really stupid. but for the most part, they have a job for life. Okay, so somebody tell me, where you believe that it gives you the right as for an individual to walk down the street with a gun in open with the ability to threaten, harm, or hurt other individuals. Now, the Second Amendment consists of just one sentence. A well-regulated militia being necessary for the security of a free state, and the right of people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Now, I don't know why that militia thing, that's a big word there. I don't believe that as an individual, and I'm not a Democrat or a communist either, but I don't think that gives every individual what don't have walking around sense the right to carry. So I think it is time we revisit our interpretation of the Second Amendment. Now, if you're in the National Guard, I can understand having one, even only one as an individual, but the Second Amendment, one sentence. A well-regulated militia being necessary for the security of a free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms. Because back in the day, if you were 16 to 60, you could be called up for the militia. 16 to 60, you could be called up for the militia. So therefore, if you were in the militia, you had a right to bear arms. Okay, which makes it in order to protect the free state. I'm just trying to figure out who the hell came up with this thing. You can walk around the streets of Montgomery with a weapon, and a rifle, in plain sight. Nobody knowing what your mental status is. We don't know if you got problems at home. We don't know what the hell is going on with you, but we see you, and you telling me that the police cannot inquire about why are you walking around? Because that does not pass the logic and reason test. It doesn't. A well-regulated militia. Because back in the day, 16-year-olds up to the age of 60, you could be called up for the militia before we got a regular military and all that stuff. Okay? So I just want somebody to explain to me. I mean, tell me where you think an individual has a right to walk down the street with a gun. What am I hearing crickets? Good morning. Fine. Well, it's all over America. Yeah. Well, but the governor didn't pass. But he did. Wait a minute. The governor did not pass an open carry law. The Constitution's already been. No, she didn't. What she signed into law was you don't have to get a license to carry a concealed weapon. That's what she got. Which crooks who carried a concealed weapon, who were crooks anyway, didn't get a license anyway. Right. Because militia, because back in the day, 16 to 60. But that's what it said. So it's a very unambiguous statement. The Second Amendment consists of one sentence: a well-regulated militia being necessary for the security of a free state, and the right of people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed, because they're part of the militia from 16 to 60. You don't have a right, because you don't have a right. We got the National Guard, the Army Reserve, the U.S. Army, U.S. Marine Corps, and everybody else. I don't believe you have a right just to walk down the damn street with a rifle. Exactly. Exactly. So why are we letting people do it? But and Baron, I'm good if you're part of the militia. But these people are not part. These people are not part of any militia. But the way they're interpreting this is that every individual has a right to bear arms, and according to the Second Amendment, yes, if you belong to the militia. Okay. Because you don't constitutionally, I don't believe you have a right to walk down the street with a Mac 10 or an AR-15, okay, or M16. Well, it's not an opinion. I'm reading the amendment here right now. Second Amendment said, right? Because thinking, but because they got politics, because they want to get votes. They don't really care about the safety of America. Okay. But the well, it's been amended. It's been okay. We we live right, but we live in an America today that is clear. There is clear and present danger, especially especially the black young men. Clear and present danger to us. And okay, I think I want an honest interpretation of what that Constitution says. Mm, okay, well, I just yeah. Well, that's all I'm expressing. So I got some tangible evidence to support my opinion. The Second Amendment consists of just one sentence. What we keep forgetting is well-regulated militia being necessary for the security of a free state. The right of people to keep and bear arms because they are involved. 16 to 60 was the age to belong to a militia back in the day. Now, if we talk, we won't let 16-year-olds have guns, will we? But according to the Constitution and the militia, if you were 16 years old, you could be called into the militia. So, I mean, yeah, I know they do. But again, I just the thing that police cannot stop you when they stop you for something and you got a boatload of guns and there's nothing they can do about it, that's crazy. That's just plain crazy. Because they're probably going to shoot some black. Yeah, yeah. Misinterpreted. No. Right. But what the governor signed did not have anything to do with the wanton violence that's going on, especially in our community. Uh, all she said was, and I don't disagree with her. If you're gonna carry a weapon and conceal, then carry it. But all she said was, you don't have to go downtown to the sheriff department and get a license. That's what she signed. That was it. And everybody, but what we did was we got a bunch of cowards out there who now think they 6'3" and they 5'6" because they got a gun in their pocket now. That's concealed, so they don't have to tell nobody they got it. So, hey, appreciate it. Good morning. I can read. I did not say it. I did not say it had anything to do with open carry. But where is open carry in the Constitution? Well, explain to me where open carry is in the Constitution. Explain to me where open carry is in the Constitution. Exactly. And the state is supposed to be guided by the Constitution. Okay. I got that, but the state's supposed to be the state is to be. The state is still regulated by the Constitution of the United States. Okay, you don't get to write your own constitution that is separate from the Constitution of the United States. You get to write your own constitution that for those things that are within the purview of the state. Good morning. Fine, fine. Right. Yeah. Yeah. And the question is, right, and the question is listen, where in the Constitution give the individual a right to carry a weapon unless you belong to the militia? And that militia right now would be the National Guard and stuff like that. Now I do believe you have a right to bear arms to protect your family and your home. Absolutely. But yeah. Right. Yeah, huh? Yeah. Yeah, because military, yeah, our weapons are strictly. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. And that's it. Pretty, pretty soon somebody will say we need a law. I don't know. We still got the law. The law. What's that law stand for? No, the law. It was a take care. Uh, they probably have it anymore. We got the law. I think so. Light anti-tank weapon. Yeah. No, wait. You're not supposed, right? You're not supposed to be. I'm sure we have. Yeah, both times. Hey, listen, I gotta take my break. We'll be back 9:30. We'll be right back.
Take News Radio 1440 with you everywhere.
The #1 tax resolution firm. They're experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks that the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands. Optima's resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, they'll fight to get you the best deal possible. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Tax relief.
Rabies is a viral disease that can infect all mammals, including humans. This is State Public Health Veterinarian Dr. B. Jones. Protect yourself, your family, and your pet, not just by staying away from wild animals that often carry the virus, but also by getting your pets vaccinated. Raccoons and bats are the most common carriers of the rabies virus. The first reaction may be to approach a strange raccoon or injured animal. But oftentimes, people are bitten and scratched while trying to help these animals. The best approach may be to contact your local animal control officer. If you are bitten or scratched by an animal, you should seek medical attention immediately. Your rabies is 100% fatal. It is also 100% preventable.
This is State Health Officer Dr. Scott Harris. For more information, visit our website, www.alabamapublichealth.gov.
I'm Dr. Anita Chapman, Superintendent of Safety Kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. Bedtime is a special time of day, and a moment to connect with your child before going to sleep. After your child has brushed your teeth, read a book to them, or talk a little about your day, and of course, tell who you love. Having a routine every night helps your child structure the day, feel safe, and develop good systems. Relationships matter. For more, talk with your pediatrician and visit healthychildren.org.
I'm Aaron Tippett. I've been blessed to be able to make a living at what I love, making music for more than 25 years. But it didn't get there overnight. There were a lot of long days and nights of working just to make ends meet. Good things in life don't always come easy, but when you sweat for what you want, it makes it even sweeter when you get it. So remember to work hard, and when the opportunities present themselves, you got to be ready to grab. This message is brought to you by the United States Air Force.
Russ Wilson here. To play 60, United Way in the NFL, helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day. To get involved, go to unitedway.org/play60. You just can do it every time. Brought to you by United Way in America.
Smart, witty, and fast on the draw. It's Mark Levin this afternoon at 5 p.m. on News Radio 14.
Back. Hold on to 860-1440. I'm just, if somebody can show me where you can, the Constitution gives the individual a right. Now, I know that our Constitution, I mean, our Supreme Court has said, yeah, but that's not the Constitution. It's just not. And at the time the Constitution was written, it was for militias. We didn't have a National Guard. We didn't have a Army Reserve. I don't even think we had an army. Uh, the Continental Army, I guess, but not a continental. And I'm just wondering, where did we reach? Mhm. Where where did we get to that point? Let's go back to the phone, see who's there. Good morning, thanks for holding. Hello, that's you. Hello. Okay. All right, you're on the air. Good morning, you're on there. Yes, that's it. Yeah, of course it is. Well, that's true. Yeah, well, mhm. Again, it's not about banning weapons, it's about banning people who don't need one walking around the street with one. Mhm. Yeah, exactly. But according to the police, yeah. Mhm. Okay, sure it is. And in theory, I don't disagree with that, but you cannot tell me a man riding down the street with 10 rifles in his car that that's for self-defense. Yeah, him for who? That's the problem. And when he commits the crime, somebody's dead already. Ooh. Well, first of all, I hear what you're saying, and what you're saying makes a little bit of sense. But a man don't need 10 rifles going down the highway, going down 85, or 5 rifles, or 3 or 4 rifles. There's nothing good in that situation. And it's an individual. But again, we're not part of the militia. Right. I have been given examples of it. I actually have been. Looked them up too. I can't give you name and nomenclature, but I'll get it for you. Yeah, but a lot of people are carrying guns now who otherwise would not do it. Oh, well, listen, one person is cool. One person, however, can take out 100 people. Yeah, I realize that. But one person can take 100 people. Yeah. I believe that, and again, I'm like, yeah, a shame and a disgrace. And again, those are crooks. We're always going to have crooks to do things that they're not supposed to do. But we shouldn't make it easy. Right, right. But we should not. But we should not. We should. Right. But we should not make it easy for the crooks to walk down the road. And think about it. Why in the hell does a man need a Mac 10 going down Northern Bridge? Oh, what that? That's enough. That's enough for going down Northern Bridge. You know, what difficulty is that? You know, first of all they're gonna do is say there's nothing they can do about it. Unless he does something or some threatening manner But threatening is relative. To me, walking down the street with it is threatening. All right, appreciate it. Good morning on there. Good morning on there. Morning. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm. And that's true. And I'm not, and that's why I'm not in favor of getting rid of guns. I'm in favor of making sure that the folks who have it are capable of being able to discern between right and wrong. And the only way to do it is to know who has it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They switch. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right, right. Hmm. And and right. And I got to tell you something. No, no, no. But listen, it is what it is, and it is my assertion that the only reason why we don't really come down on this gun control harder is that there are some people standing in the shadow, wishing and hoping that we can get rid of a lot of brother on brother crime, get rid of the brothers, and having them shoot each other. There's no other. There's no other. Yeah, yeah, that's good. Right. And that was the hero. Right. She was the hero of Hillary Clinton. Yeah, and it is certainly killing a certain segment of our population that I happen to belong to. And when you devalue life, then you are no good, because if you don't respect life, there's nothing more precious than that. And so I don't know, man. I appreciate the conversation. Again, are we a nation? Are there some unseen hand that wants a certain group of our population to fill itself out? I can't reach any other conclusion, because I would guarantee you, I guarantee you, it's like methamphetamines or some of these drugs. When these certain drugs, when certain behavior reach certain communities, we're all up in arms about it. You got TV commercials on? What about TV commercials on TV about black young men killing each other? I mean, yeah.
Destroy your life. You need to call Optima Tax Relief, the #1 tax resolution firm. They're experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks that the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands. This is all rated with the Better Business Bureau. They'll fight to get you the best deal possible. Call Optima now for a quick consultation. Call 800-559-8226. 800-559-8226. 800-559-8226. Marco! In a giant pool of business competitors, don't be the one left unseen and out of reach. If you're a business owner and need help with your online presence, let's make it happen. Some cumulus boost, boost your website, boost your findability, boost your reputation, boost your business. Marco? Yes, Marco. Get a boost, get found, get on the line. Contact us today at cumulusboost.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Schwab, board certified urologist and senior vice president of Men's Sexual Health and Things. In my 12 years of practice as a reproductive urologist, I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to him. It really wasn't easy before. You had to take time out of your day, under a physical office and see a specialist locally in person. Now, through HIMSS.com, you can get world-class sexual health care with a full range of treatment options for you through a 100% online process. It starts with a free assessment and a medical provider license in your state. You can determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. So don't worry, there are hundreds of thousands of guys who've gotten hooked with ED for to start your free online visit, find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand new prices. Go to teams.com/radio. That's teams.com/radio for your free online visit.
Don't miss Sean Hannity, widely and coherently adheres live this afternoon at 2 p.m. on News Radio 14.
Okay, yeah, but man, I just found out that I don't have a practical tomorrow. So, if you are a clergy member out there and you want to get some time on the radio, you can text me or call, well, just text me at what's my number? 901-5022. And people are coming around, give us an hour up there to tell us what we need to know. It's not a conversion show. It's just a show where we talk about those things that make us who we are. And one of the things that make us who we are is what we believe. And the question is, what do you believe? Why do you believe it? And will your belief stand the test of time? Because my preacher normally Sean America, but Sean had to go to Honduras or someplace like that. And they're going to spread the word overseas. And so now I'm having done it. Okay. Hey, a good deacon to do it. I don't care. That's what I do. So if you want to do it, give me a phone or give me a number of somebody. Anyway, so again, my number is 901-5022. If you suggest somebody, but if you suggest somebody, send me their phone number too. So I don't have time to look at everybody's phone number up. But I had a good show. I'll have it. Friday, I got somebody coming. Susan Johnson. Here she is. She's from, my killer is doing all my he's doing all my scheduling nowadays. My assistant, and so I don't really know. Although we're trying to reach out to Colleen or whatever her name is, or running for to the congressional seat. I maybe at the time that left the notes, but they probably looked at the website called Black Cancer. Everybody's pretty Democrat. Okay, Peter, this one good thing. I am the most influential talk show host in this group. And listen, it did not come down for work, however. That's pretty dude, working from 5 to 7 in the morning, 12 to midnight. I've been doing this a long time. And next year is probably my last year doing it because I want to I'll be like Don Marco, walk out and not make you a me out. So it'll probably be my last year doing this. So hopefully. And this year, of course, we want to now here's my goal for Helping Hands this year. We're trying to raise $20,000. Starting the first of next month, I'll go ahead and put the Helping Hands thing up so we can start that. And my goal this year is 3 families get $1,000 each. It's hard out there. It's tough. We give cash to people because that way your light bill is due, your rent's due, whatever's due, and you don't have the money for it. And Christmas, it always seems that tough things happen during Christmas or Thanksgiving. So we really want to bless somebody this year. We really want to make a difference. There are a lot of things you can do. A lot of things you can do with your life. You can make kids, you can make mistakes. The best thing you can do, the best thing you can make is a difference in somebody else's life. And that's what we're trying to do, Help Your Hand. And this is our life we're doing. Make sure everyone who has to do it. So 860-1440 is that number you want to give a call. Let's do it. Good morning. Okay, then. I don't know why y'all do that. I see that video. Hey, do you want to keep talking? Just keep talking. That's fine. So, Helping Hand starts next month. The collection starts next month. I'll tell you a little bit more about that. We do this every year. We're doing it for 8 years now. We go out and here's the deal. The deal with Help Your Hands is that you cannot ask for money. Somebody has to put people in. We don't take if we were to take calls and people say, how much money you need more, everybody would say, I can't do that. But I think the bottom line is that if you know somebody that is having a difficult time, you put them in for it and we try to reach out, my audience, and we try to reach out and help them a few days before Christmas. At least that'll be a Christmas present they didn't expect to get. Okay. But I'll tell you about how they do all that when I won't start it up to next year. I mean, till next month. 860 Good morning. $20,000. Yeah. I can use this right there. Yeah, 9:56 in the morning for a great day talking about Second Amendment. Did it really, is there really, and now the Supreme Court has ruled, and the Supreme Court is not 100% right, but they are the Supreme Court. I even hate the name Supreme. You know, you might call it the National Court, because Supreme gives them an air of invincibility or always right and always perfect, and that's just not true. They made a lot of boneheaded decisions at the Supreme Court. Because some of these decisions you don't have to be a lawyer to understand. Good morning. Yeah. Yeah, they did. And yeah. When it got to the right neighborhood, they started. Yeah, well, the right. You got to the right neighborhood. We started putting out PSAs all on TV and all that stuff. But nobody. We need some commercial on TV about the black male population killing each other. Right now, we need to see some of that on TV. And maybe some of these kids will think about it. Okay, well, I'll have to. Well, yeah, that's good. Yeah, they will be. And then we got late abortion now. Oh, murder. So, yeah, appreciate it. It is 9:57 in the morning. Well, 9:58 actually, not time to go anyway. But y'all send me some names on some preachers that you want to see tomorrow if I can get them for you. And if you send me a name, 901-5022, send me a phone number. Okay? Good morning. I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, I don't know what to do. Man. I'm just gonna flag you down. Man. And I know it. It doesn't matter. Anyway, it's a great day. Great day to be alive. And don't forget, it's a great day to be on top of the ground. And the ground is not on top of you. Good morning to you. Have a great day.
We need to now